guys, welcome to another series of Python full tutorial course. So in this tutorial, what we are going to be learning about is we are going to be practicalizing all our skills from the start. Since we begin this course, we want to practicalize everything, and let's use it to make a simple calculator program. So how do we get started? So let's dive into the course in this series. So now, based on everything that we have learned so far, start from the introductions to Python till we get to the conditional statements. So in this series now, we are going to be building a very simple calculator programs with everything that we have learned so far. So let's start it. So now, first thing we need to do is we have to define a variable called num1. But in this variable, we need to cast a Python. We need to define an integer functions for converting all input to an integer. So inside here, we need to put in this enter fixed number. So in this enter fixed number, this should goes for the, let's just copy this syntax, and then we need another input here. So this input, we need another variable. So this variable, this one will now be enter second number, this one will be for the second number. So now in between here, we need to just create a variable, call it math underscore symbols. So then this one doesn't require any integer conversions, so just ordinary input. So just said enter math symbols. So enter math symbols. So in this now, we are now going to be verifying the conditions and making this calculator works. So now this is if math symbols. So that means if math symbols, if the symbols that the user has entered is equals to a string of this, because don't forget that all input gets string at default. So if math symbols equals to a string of plus, then we should say print formatted string of your answer is this. It should not be num1 plus num2. So I can just copy this syntax, and then now let's make elif statement. Elif math symbols equals to string of minus, and print your answer is, now change this to minus. So all we just have to be doing now is just copy this elif statement. So then paste this elif statement. So elif math symbols equals to asterisk, meaning that equals to times multiplications. So we just need to paste this code. So, and if this is also equals to division, we need to change this. We only need to be changing this to these symbols. So, and same thing applicable to here, we need to be changing those symbols, and also same thing applicable to the rest of the programs. So I think this one should be a modulus, and this one should be a modulus, which is for the remainder. I think we need exponential. We are still left with exponential. So now this is it, and this is it. So sorry, 1 star is still needed there for the exponential. So then we need to make an else statement. That means if all those conditions is not true concerning this calculator, so we need to say print please enter a correct math symbol plus. So please enter a correct math symbols. So now in this code, now we can run our code, but first let's go through this code once again. So we declare a variable of num1, then we are now converting everything that we are getting from the users. We are converting into an integer here. So in math symbols, we ask the users to enter their math symbols, they have any kind of math symbols they might want to use, and then we declare another num2 to handle the second input or second number inputs from the users, and the number will be converted to an integer. So we now declare conditions that if math symbols equals to plus, that means if what the users entered in the math symbols is plus, so then we now ask the program to say print your answer is num1, this is formatted string, num1 plus num2. So we did the else if statement that if the user doesn't enter addition, this plus, so maybe the users enter subtractions, then this particular program should run instead. Or if the user doesn't enter the minus, maybe the users enter the multiplications symbols, so then this code should be executed. Else if the user doesn't enter any of these symbols above, maybe the user enter this, then this action should be performed also. So otherwise, if this user doesn't enter any of these and enter these floor divisions, this should be worked, this should be executed. Or otherwise, if users doesn't execute all of the above one that we have been saying since, so should this be executed. Otherwise, if these users does not enter any of these above and enter this exponential, so this code should be otherwise. Okay, otherwise that means if user doesn't enter any of the math symbols, any of the correct math symbols that we defined here, maybe enter something else, this else statement should be called. Now let's run our code, let's see how it actually works. Now this is enter fixed number, so now this is one, so enter the math symbol. Now let's enter a math symbol that doesn't exist on our inside our code, like blah 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 like this, then enter this, and then what do you see that please enter a correct math symbol. Let's run our code from here. So let's say 20, then let's enter the correct one like plus, let's enter the correct one like 10, then you see your answer is 30. So now let's run this code again. Let's say this, and we imputed this, and then we imputed this, we should have 20. So your answer is 20. So now let's run this code. So based on this simple calculator programs, everything that we have learned so far, 200 asterisk, let's say 20. So 200 raised to power 20, that is 200 times 200 times 200 times 200 in 20 places. So now your answer is this. So the calculator calculated it. This is our answer, though it's very long, so you can just summarize the whole scenarios to be this. So this is how our project really works. So let's go through the code once again. So this is a very simple calculators that allow the users to calculate their input numbers based on the math symbols they entered. So guys, thanks for joining the class. So I will meet you in the next class where we'll be looking at more advanced features in Python. So we are now about to get inside the complex aspect. Let me just say, not even the complex. Let me put it in this way, intermediate level, because what we just finished doing now is the beginner level of Python. So we are about to entering into the intermediate levels of Python programming language. So guys, meet you in the next video. Bye.